in that spirit and that time where we start looking for the good things in life. Thanksgiving. We had a joyful time with our family this weekend. Well, I'm not sure how joyful it'll be when we start cleaning up after them, but it was joyful while they were here.
It's always the fun part. Or not.
And I think about Christmas. I always like to prepare for Christmas. We do it a little early in our house because of in-laws and all that. It's just much easier to do it at Thanksgiving time. Because that way we have no fights. But I know I enjoy helping Suzette get the tree up and decorating it. And I enjoy going out, especially to the toy stores and buying the toys for the kids. And even the older ones now, we got them cups that just put some money in it because that's all the older kids want is money. And we got them cups that just said, Brothers Always, and listed their names. And I saw the little smiles on their face as they opened them up and as they talked to me, and Joshua said, we'll use it every day, Grandma, because we always will be brothers. And I thought, that's nice. I bet your mom and dad would like to know that when you're fighting. But they are each other's best friends. And I even enjoy the older kids because now they're older to the point where they enjoy buying the gifts for the little ones, and they enjoy buying gifts for Suzette and I, and they have a smile on their face, and they don't fight, which is nice when you have your kids all together. And I enjoy Suzette as she looks forward to it all, and then she looks so forward to the night before they all leave, saying, oh my God, we'll have our house back tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus. And I think I feel the same way. Thank you, Jesus. But it's all fun. It's exciting. We get excited about planning Christmas here. We get excited about doing a little open house on Christmas Eve and having our church family there with us. And then I go to study for the scriptures. And they talk about chaos in this world. Now, I think about most of us, especially all of the ones that are my age or a little older. I don't remember too many years in our lives when there hasn't been a war on TV. The Korean War, we're born in the end of World War II. There was the Korean War, and then the Vietnam War, and then the war in Grenada, and then the Desert Storms, and all the rest of them. There's still war going on in this world. There's a war going on in our very, very own country. We don't want to accept the results of the elections. I've read a lot of stuff about recounting and doing this and doing that, and I can't say that I disagree with it all. But I thought, I've never heard that before. Even when Bush stole the election from Gore, it didn't go on like it is now. And I keep seeing these things, and I keep thinking about chaos in this world. I saw last night the celebrations in Miami over the death of Castro.
Oh.
I saw the celebrations here over the death of Obama. Not Obama, what was his name? Bin Laden.
Bin Laden.
And I see the fighting. I mean, one of the posts I read this morning is, I can't believe America elected Trump, the worst thing that ever happened to America. And somebody else posted back, nope, that was Obama.
Oh.
When are we going to stop it? When are we going to accept the will of the people and go on? I think about the Israelites, and I think about Jesus in this last verse. He talked about the ends of the world. There was a reason he did it. For you see, the Israelites were in bondage to the Romans. There were fighting going on. They were being persecuted. They were being stepped upon. And they wanted to know why. Because they were looking for a Messiah. They were looking for a Messiah that would come and set them free. I think for a lot of us, we look for that Messiah. We look for it in our churches as we gather together and say, peace on earth, and let it begin with me. When we say to ourselves and to the world that Metropolitan Community Church is a church for all people, and they're all welcome through that door, it doesn't matter who you are or what you are, just come on in if you're looking for a God to love you. You're looking for a community where you can help each other out. A community where we can see beyond our own doors. A community where people are willing to buy a couple of toys and bring them in for the kids that have nothing. A community that's willing to share their resources. Sometimes share the resources when they're not sure how they're going to pay the light bill, but still share the resources we have. And we think, why can't the world be like that? Why are there people out there that are hungry? In a land where more food is thrown away and wasted than consumed. Why are there people without housing in one of the richest countries in the world? Why can't people who want to work find jobs that pay more than $7, $8, $9, $10 an hour? How come? See, God, it's hard to live on that when the cost of living is so high. And how come it's so high if our wages are so low? And all these thoughts go through our heads as we try to grab a hold of it. Well, shoot, even if you're retired and thought you're going to live comfortable, look at what's happening. Did you know our Medicare is going up? From $104 to $120 a month? Doesn't sound like a lot. But when you live on a fixed income, $6 a month, $16 a month can make a big difference. When you think about little children who have to go to school each day, the reason they have to go to school is so they get a breakfast and a lunch, because they're not going to get any other food. I think about that. I think about the people who live in their cars. I think about living under the stress of war. I don't know about you, but one of the things, we didn't have a whole lot of tornado drills or active shooter drills. What we had were atomic bomb drills.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they put you under your desk and please cover your head. And I'm thinking, okay, what good is that do if they're going to drop an atomic bomb? But they taught us that. Mm-hmm. Now they teach children to lock the doors, turn off the lights, huddle in the closets to avoid the active shooter that kills our children. You read in the news about people thinking they have enough right to call each other names. I love Serenity, because one of her favorite things is when her mom and her aunt make her take the garbage out and say, "You're just picking on the brown people." I like that because Growing up, sometimes I felt that way. And I think about all the things in this world. The hurts. Why does somebody think their life is better than my life? The way they worship is better than the way I worship. What gives them the right to smear feces on the doors of my churches? What gives them the right to paint swastikas on the sidewalks? What gives them the right to go into a nightclub where people go because it's one of the only places they have to go to meet other people, to dance and have a good time? Suzette and I was talking last night and watching some movie, and they were dancing in it, and I said, honey, I miss that.
Yeah.
My legs don't allow me to do it anymore, but I used to love when you and I went out dancing. Well, we didn't have a lot of places to dance together. Went on a gay cruise and we got to dance there. You go to a gay bar, you got to dance there. The church would occasionally have a dance, and I used to make her get up and dance with me there, and she'd always say I couldn't dance. But I'd love to do it. And somebody's got the right to come in and shoot and kill because people love to dance. And Jesus said, until the end of time, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. And there's going to be earthquakes, tsunamis. We didn't call it that in those days. And floods. Because nobody knows when Jesus is coming back. And I think of that, and I think about how we are supposed to live our lives. We're supposed to live it like a little child on Christmas morning. Can't wait to get their hands on those presents and open them up. For you see, the presents that's been given to us is Christ in our lives. As Jesus entering our lives and giving us a peace that passes all understanding. Well, what do you mean? It's that peace that says it doesn't matter if there's wars. It doesn't matter if people hate me just for being me, for I'm going to love them anyway. What we're going to do for this world is pray for those who hurt us. We're going to ask God to come where it matters the most, to come into our lives. And let us be that shining example. That example that opens our hearts to the Buddhist, the Muslim, the Hindus, those of a different color, those of a different sexuality, those who are searching, and those who think they have all the answers. God opened my heart and let me make room for them all. That's the peace that passes all understanding. And above all things, on this particular Sunday, the Sunday of peace, I invite you to meditate, to pray, to just simply ask the question, God, let me have that peace that passes all understanding. Amen.
Amen.